Okay, everyone, for these two problems in the 5.1 file that I asked you to do for homework, let's just go over them really quickly. I know that I originally said that you should use chain rule and quotient rule for these problems, but there's actually, if anyone has already figured this out, there's actually an easier way to do them. It involves using the properties of logs. So you could actually rewrite this as ln of x squared minus 9 to the 1/2 power. And then there's a property of logs up on slide number 2 up here. Remember these properties of logs? Right here. This log property right here. If you have a log or a natural log of a base raised to an exponent, you could take the exponent and bring it out in front of the log, if you remember that rule. And actually we're going to use this rule, and we're also going to use rule number 2 in the next problem, log of a quotient. So you could rewrite this, where is it? You could rewrite this as 1/2 ln of x squared minus 9. Okay, and that alleviates us having to use the chain rule, because now the 1/2 is a constant out in front. So that's just going to stay there when you do the derivative. So the derivative of an ln is the derivative of what's inside the ln, so that'll be 2x over what's inside the ln, x squared minus 9. So now this becomes a much simpler problem. The 1/2 and the 2 are going to cancel out. 1/2 times 2 is just 1. So this final answer is just going to be x over x squared minus 9. That's the final derivative. That's y prime. Okay? Same deal with this one. This is the ln of a quotient. So instead of using quotient rule when you do the derivative, that's a much more complicated way of doing this. Rewrite this ln as ln of 3x minus ln of x minus 2. That's a rule, a property of logarithms, that you could take a quotient inside of a log and split it up into two individual logs that are being subtracted. Okay, and then it's simple. From here, just do the derivative of each piece individually. So the derivative of a natural log is the derivative of what's inside the natural log over what's inside it. So 3 over 3x minus the derivative of what's inside this one is just going to be 1 over what's inside it. And then you could just simplify this a little. The 3's cancel out over here. This 3 over this 3. So it's going to be 1 over x minus 1 over x minus 2. And that's your derivative, and that's it.